I have a lesson starting in about 15 minutes. I'm going to talk to you about 10 minutes. If you don't know, I'm a state certified instructor. I teach teens and adults, so let's go ahead and get it. It's really important that your windshield is clear. If your windshield is not clear, you won't be able to see as well. It's going to be real streaky and have smears in it. Next, your windshield wipers have to be clear. They have to be pliable. If you need new windshield wipers, you need to go ahead and get them early because when it snows or rains, they won't really clear the windows. You'll have a lot of streaks. Next thing I would say is get good windshield washer solvent. This way, that solvent will be sprayed on the windows, and your wiper blades will be able to clean those windows so they're clear. If you have trouble seeing at night, it's really important that you can do your best work and be safe and consistent when you're on the road. If you're staring at headlights, you're going to end up drifting off the road. You'll be drifting to the right. You'll be drifting to the left. It's important that you look ahead and that you aim high. Our eyes are naturally attracted to light. Just like I'm in this vehicle right now, and you're probably looking at that light right beside me. You want to learn to look ahead. On the road, you have the white line to the right side. We're here in North America. That is called your edge line or fog line. If it's hard to see, you can refer to that line, particularly in fog. If you haven't seen a fog driving video, I do have some of those uploaded on the channel. The next thing I would say, if you're driving at night, you need to make sure you're awake. You don't need to be taking any energy drinks. You need to really get your rest and hydrate if you're going to be driving at night. If you are starting to get tired, it's a little too late. So what you want to do is make sure you communicate, hey, I'm driving at night. I'm expected to come in 2 hours or 3 hours. Let your loved ones or caregivers know, hey, I'm driving at this time and I need you to, stay on track of me. That's really important. A lot of times the pavement markings will be worn out, so you're going to have to really look ahead and guide yourself. A lot of beginning drivers tend to get into a trance, so you either want to be ahead of the wolf pack. A wolf pack is a bunch of cars. Either you're going to be ahead of those bunch of cars or behind those bunch of cars. If you've seen my content, and hopefully you have, and hopefully you are looking at my content, and if you really like it, you should be subscribing to the content. But the night driving tutorials really give you insight into good eye movement. And you don't want to stare at headlights because you'll be momentarily blinded, right? If you're nearsighted, this means you can't see things far. If you're farsighted, this means you can't see things near. Oftentimes, I ask my students these things to make sure that they can see properly. It's really important. And every 2 years, because I'm a state certified driving instructor, I have to take a test. And in this test, they'll test my pupils, they'll dilate them, they'll look to make sure that everything is good. I'll have a health check to make sure it's good, because a lot of times I'm sitting here in this car. It's not the healthiest lifestyle for an instructor. So we want to make sure those instructors are good. Hey, how are you? We want to make sure those instructors are good. If you have questions, drop them in, because I'm here to help you and guide you to where you're going. And you want to make sure your defroster and heaters are set in the middle, because if they're blowing cold, your windows will fog up. If they're blowing too hot, you'll end up falling asleep. So I try to keep the car on the cool side, because I'm driving beginning drivers. Like today, I'm driving like about 12 hours, and it's a really long day. It's been a great experience. My students have been parallel parking, merging on the expressway, making right turns, left turns. It's really exciting to see the drivers learn, pick up information, and it's a process. Right around the second drive, hopefully if you have a good instructor, he or she should be giving you insight. Hey, what do I need to work on? What am I good at? What do I struggle with? Good instructors will tell you that. Good instructors have a sense of humor. They guide you. They tell you in advance, hey, you're making a right turn in about a quarter of a mile. They don't tell you at the last second. Good instructors give you the feedback. Got my permit yesterday. Great. I am so happy for you. Continue to look at the content. Make sure you're subscribed to the content because I share in your happiness because I'm blessed and I want to continue to give you insight into driver's training to help you with those micro moments. If you see a parallel parking video, you pull back, you turn all the way to the right. The rear goes in at a 45. When you're halfway past, you turn the wheel back the other direction. You should be able to get that car in no problem. Merging on expressway is always challenging for beginners because sometimes you go too slow on the ramp. And if you go too slow on the ramp, you're going to end up struggling and not building up your speed. So you need to really practice good merges. A good merge is seamless. You build up speed. Other cars behind you should not have to change their speed. You should be able to look over your shoulder, accelerate up to speed, and you merge out really easily. And then kill your blinker and get up to speed. A lot of beginners also stare at the speedometer. So I'm going to look down. That's what they do. They look down at the speedometer. You have to look ahead. Let's talk about your support system. You have to have a parent or guardian who's willing to get you out there. Most states have some type of graduated licensing system, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year. It is there for you to practice with your caregiver. If your caregiver, your mom or dad, are not taking the time to get you out there, you're going to end up struggling. It's going to take longer for your segment 2, where you should be done in about 8 months or 9 months. It could take 12. It could take 1 year. So you really, once you're done with the segment 1 with me, you should be going on to your segment 2. That's in about 3 months. You sit in for class for 3 days. You learn everything. You pass the test the first time. Then you get that segment 2 license. You are about 16 and a half, and you have to have 50 hours. It varies from location to location. So once you get that time in, and this includes night driving, every state is different. Every province is different. So you want to make sure you're really prepared for success. And success only comes through hard work, through dedication. Your parent, your caregiver, older sister, brother are making time for you to get out and to drive at a safe and effective speed. So you learn how to drive at night. You learn how to drive in the rain. You learn how to drive in fog, because you need to be able to drive in those conditions or extreme heat. Or if you have to drive at night, you can drive safely. And that's really the key, is practice going out when you're not tired. It could be a half an hour. It could be 45 minutes. You can't drive from here to California or from here to Texas, right? That's a long drive. But if you're driving in short bits, an hour here, 45 minutes here, to the mall, to grandma's, where you build that repetition up over and over and over, you're going to have success. Having good speed control. A lot of beginning drivers are inconsistent. They're going 50, then they're going 40, then they're going 30. You want to maintain a proper speed limit, because I try to gear you toward passing your test. That's really important, that you pass your test. And if you're digesting my content, you are looking at it, you're looking at multiple videos, you're subscribing to the channel, you're leaving comments, and I will reply, because I really want you to know that I care, that I appreciate you, and I want you to do a good job. So I want to say thank you, and I want you to continue working hard to prepare for your segment 1, to prepare for your segment 2. You have to get your hours in. And most at the App Store, there's a Road Ready app where you can join and document those hours. But you have to keep track of your hours, and you have to do your best. Remember, subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, and leave comments, because I will answer your questions. I want you to be successful, and it takes hard work. If the harder you work, the better you get, making right turns, making left turns, making lane changes, then you will be super successful. So I want to say thank you and have a blessed day. Bye.